Imagine standing before a mountain. Its peak disappears into the clouds. Its vastness leaves you speechless. You feel small, almost insignificant in comparison. Now imagine an ant crawling over a small pile of sand. To the ant, that little mound may seem just as overwhelming as the mountain seems to you. Every grain is an obstacle, every inch is a journey, every step requires effort. Paramahansa Yogananda once reflected on this simple scene. He said, "One day I saw a big pile of sand on which a tiny ant was crawling. I said, the ant must be thinking it is scaling the Himalaya mountains. The pile may have seemed gigantic to the ant, but not to me. Similarly, a million of our solar years may be less than a minute in the mind of God." At first glance, this observation seems charming and even humorous, but hidden within it is a profound truth about our lives, our struggles, and our understanding of reality itself. Let's explore what Yogananda was trying to teach us. Every day we face challenges that feel enormous: a difficult conversation, a financial setback, a health concern, the loss of a loved one, the uncertainty of the future. In the moment, these experiences can feel overwhelming. They dominate our thoughts, they consume our emotional energy. They seem so large that we cannot imagine seeing beyond them. We become like the ant on the sand pile. Our vision narrows. Our entire world becomes defined by the obstacle directly in front of us. Yet, from a higher perspective, the situation may not be nearly as immense as it appears. Think about your life. Can you remember a problem that once seemed impossible? Perhaps years ago you worried endlessly about an exam, a job interview, or a relationship. At the time, it felt like everything depended on it. But today, when you look back, that mountain has shrunk. What once seemed enormous has become a small chapter in a much larger story. The event itself may not have changed. What changed was your perspective. Distance has a way of revealing proportion. Yogananda invites us to consider that the same principle applies on a cosmic scale. Human beings experience life from a very limited viewpoint. We measure time in seconds, days, years, and decades. 100 years feels like a long time. 1,000 years seems unimaginable. 1,000,000 years stretches beyond our capacity to fully comprehend. Yet, Yogananda suggests that what appears vast to us may be insignificant from the perspective of the infinite. Just as the ant sees a mountain where we see a sand pile, we may perceive enormous spans of time where God perceives only a moment. This idea is echoed in many spiritual traditions. The human mind is bound by time, the divine is not. We live within the clock, the infinite exists beyond it. When we are trapped in our daily concerns, we often assume that our perspective is the complete picture. But what if it isn't? What if our worries, our delays, our frustrations, and even our suffering are being viewed from a much larger vantage point? Imagine looking at a tapestry from 1 inch away. all you would see are tangled threads. The pattern would appear chaotic. Nothing would make sense. But step back far enough, and suddenly a magnificent image emerges. What appeared random becomes purposeful. What appeared broken becomes beautiful. Our lives often feel confusing because we are standing too close to the tapestry. We see only today's thread. God sees the entire design. This realization does not mean our struggles are unimportant. The ant's journey is real, the climb is real, the effort is real, but the ant's interpretation of the climb is limited by its perspective. Likewise, our experiences are real, but our understanding of them may be incomplete. Many people ask, why is this taking so long? Why hasn't my prayer been answered? Why haven't I found my purpose? Why hasn't healing arrived? Why does progress seem so slow? These questions arise because we evaluate life according to human timelines. We want immediate results. We want certainty. We want clear explanations. Yet, the universe often unfolds according to rhythms far larger than our personal schedules. A seed does not become a tree overnight. A river does not carve a canyon in a day. A soul does not achieve wisdom through a single experience. Growth takes time, transformation takes time, and from the divine perspective, there is no rush. One of the greatest sources of anxiety is the feeling that we are running out of time. We fear aging, we fear missed opportunities, we fear that our dreams may never come true. But Yogananda's words gently challenge that fear. If a million years can be like a minute in the mind of God, then reality is operating on a scale far beyond our calculations. Perhaps existence is not as hurried as we imagine. Perhaps the soul's journey is not measured by the ticking of a clock. Perhaps what truly matters is not how quickly we arrive, but how deeply we grow. This understanding can bring tremendous peace. When we trust a larger perspective, we become less attached to immediate outcomes. We stop demanding that life explain itself right now. We learn patience, we learn faith, we learn to surrender. Not surrender as defeat, but surrender as trust. Trust that there is a wisdom greater than our own. Trust that the story is larger than the chapter we are currently reading. Trust that the mountain before us may look very different from a higher viewpoint. The next time you find yourself overwhelmed, remember that the ant on the sand pile. Remember how convinced it might be that it is climbing the Himalayas. Remember that perspective shapes reality, and then ask yourself, am I seeing the whole picture, or am I viewing life from just one grain of sand? Perhaps the challenge before you is smaller than it appears. Perhaps the delay is serving a purpose you cannot yet understand. Perhaps the future is unfolding perfectly, even if it does not match your expectations. And perhaps, from the timeless awareness of God, your entire lifetime is but a beautiful moment in an eternal journey. Yogananda's simple observation invites us to step beyond our limited viewpoint and glimpse a greater reality, a reality where time is vast yet insignificant, where obstacles are temporary, where the soul is eternal, and where every experience, no matter how large it seems today, eventually finds its place within the infinite wisdom of the divine. So, whenever life feels overwhelming, think of the end, think of the sand pile, and remember that what appears to be a mountain from one perspective may be only a handful of grains from another. The higher we rise in consciousness, the clearer the view becomes. Jai Guru.